So, Andy, great performance again from the lads. What do you reckon to this game, the 3-0 win against Alvechurch at home? Or 3-1, either side?
I think for me that as management, when the players can drive the game themselves, when they have that motivation, that ownership to take charge of a game, is tremendous, because it makes our job easier. And at the moment, the momentum that they've got, the togetherness that they've got is really, really good. And they're sort of running the game. And their art-run, art-fight stuff, and I keep talking about that. The tempo of the first half against a young side who are full-time, I believe, on a hybrid system of 2 days, 2 nights, so they train 4 times a week. Our application and desire and the tempo that we played at in the first half was tremendous, and a credit to the players and the club. And some of the play, some of the patterns and the combination play, and we've still got lots to do, like loads. There's so many areas we can be better on, but the development of their patterns of play and their understanding of each other is growing. And in terms of the training principles or philosophy, I can see sort of that knitting together. But again, there's a lot to do. The second half, I was as much as impressed as the first half, until a little bit mistake at the end. But I was impressed because they came out, and Alvechurch came out for 15-20 minutes and tried to move it, and we didn't actually touch the ball for a while in the second half. But the lads out-run, out-fight, the subs what came on, the lads at the back tracking things, blocking things, pressing still high. Things like Maka making a 40-yard run with the guy to track him, Rev coming on and chasing down 2 people with Ty, Steno when he was on chasing down people in the second half. And that ability to keep running and keep fighting for the team and the tactical discipline is outstanding. And on a Tuesday night, like I said, Banbury last year, for me, they went and won 1-0 on Tuesday night. The week after, they went and won 2-1 in the 95th minute. And them days are really, really important, because the lads have all been at work. So for me, the players in there deserve all the credit, and I'm really happy with the way they've applied themselves. And some of the finishing tonight and the build-up play, Tara Waite, tremendous. And Steno's goal's a proper striker's goal, because he haven't given up on it. And I'm happy for them too, because they've been grafting and working. And then you take Steno off and Rev comes on and he gives everything to the football club and everything to the team and everything for his teammates. So yeah, brilliant.
The pressing was very consistent again today, as we've seen throughout the whole season, to be honest. It's been very, very impressive that the boys have just been instinctive in the way that they've closed down the ball and kept at it. And how do you think they'll keep on doing that with the constant flow of games throughout the season?
I think that we've got an excellent blend of experience and youth. And the squad, I know that the 11 starting quite regular, but the squad depth that we have is really good. So when we make changes, and at the times we brought Luke Bembo on, which has been brilliant. We bring Rev, who's got legs, pace and power. You bring Daddy on today, who's a very good player. Fordy's came on, who's come back for his first minutes, and Fordy's a very established player at this level. I could go through the team. We had Isaiah Osborne today, who didn't play. And Isaiah's top draw, arguably one of the best players in the league, and I know he'll probably be modest in what he says, but top draw. So the strength and depth that we've got is really good, and the ability to do that. And with the lads in training, they're working really hard at that type of stuff, because you have to have the foundations of solidity as a team to build off, and we've got a bit of sort of quality in the team to go with that. So I know that they can unlock doors. So the pressing is driven by them, like when to go, when not to go. There's some tactically good players in there, so it's driven by the players. Obviously that's part of our philosophy and culture now at the club, but the players drive it, and the players have to do it. They have to do the hard yards, the running, and they're honest lads enough to do it and then say, hey man, Gaffer, I'm done, we need to make a change. So they're driving it.
Are we looking for more of the same on Saturday, with Alvechurch again, of course?
Alvechurch changed their shape tonight. I know that. I understand they changed it today, maybe looked at it a bit different, but Alvechurch are a very good side, and today they had some players on the bench who are very, very good, who they didn't use. Maybe they had one eye on the FA Cup, I'm not sure. But Alvechurch are one of the best footballing sides in our league. They was brilliant last year. They've lost players, and Ian Long's recruited really, really well. So Alvechurch away is not an easy game. Alvechurch away is one of the hardest games in the league. And I've seen Alvechurch play a few times, and they're technically and tactically good. So with them, one game at a time this season, and I'm not underestimating, and I'm expecting Alvechurch to come up and ready at home for the FA Cup game, and they're going to want it badly. So it's one game at a time, and we'll prepare like we do for every game.
Yeah, and Andy, of course, we were 3-0 up at half-time. Did that change your approach to the game? Did you say to the lads, you've got a little bit more freedom, show us what you can do, or did you tell them, we still want you to be disciplined and go about the game as we've set out to do so?
Alvechurch in 3 out of the last 4 games have come back from 2-0 down against Micklover and won 3-2. There was 3-1 down against Leiston and drawn 3-0. So we was very aware of sort of the fitness that they've got as a group because of their full-time model that they use, and the youthfulness that they've got within the group, so they'd have the legs. So the message was to try and increase the tempo in terms of the out-run-out fight, to make sure we went and closed spaces, we closed people, we didn't give them time and space on the ball. Obviously, if we couldn't get pressure on the ball, then to be compact and sort of play sort of a different style of game in terms of maybe a bit more on the counter, because we knew that was maybe they'd become a bit more open. So we're not dropping standards here. It's one game at a time. And if lads come off after 60-70, they have to be rested the next game, so be it. So every minute, every game, there's going to be a relentless attitude to what we do this year.
Yeah, and of course we go back to that pressing style of play that we've seen so far this season. Of course you mentioned the likes of behind the scenes of Jamie Capes and of course Coops that have been monumental in the season so far. Have they helped during training? Has there been sort of a heavy focus on fitness and getting the lads fit and ready to play this style of play?
I go back to pre-season because for me, like I said, the culture at the club, the message has to come from the management, but the players have to be the ones who bring that to life. The players in pre-season was asking for more running, demanding more running, not just asking, demanding between some of the experienced lads. And in that time, Jamie, with his background, his experience, he was taking some of them running sessions. I was doing sort of more running with the ball or disguise running, and more the tactical stuff and the football stuff. Jamie was doing that, and then what we've done is Coops has come in with the experience that he's got. It's allowed Jamie then to focus on the rehabilitation, the conditioning of the players, and then it's allowed then Coops to do the running and keep up the tempo. So a lot of our sessions, Coops is heavily involved in taking parts of the sessions for 30 minutes or more, whether that's mobility, warm-ups, running, short stuff, and he's got some great ideas, and what he does is he makes it really interesting. Some of my running, to be fair, is I just get running done because it needs to be done, so it's a bit boring. Coops makes it interesting, and that's probably his experience of understanding what the players need. But he's been brilliant, Jamie's been brilliant, the staff behind the scenes, like everyone's working hard. Jimmy Gianelli, in terms of what he does for the club behind the scenes, in terms of sponsors, in terms of knitting the club together. Anna Freeman, unbelievable work ethic. 7 o'clock in the morning she gets up to clip the stuff what I've watched on Alvechurch, or sent her across at 7 in the morning. You know, that type of dedication. Coops texting me at 6:30 when he gets up, what do you want from me today, Andy? That type of dedication, organisation's absolutely top drawer. So everyone goes to work at the football club at the moment, and that's why sort of it's helping the team on the pitch because of what we're doing off the pitch. So got to give credit to everyone, even the media team as well, for staying behind until 10 o'clock and doing, or 10:05 and doing interviews.
And finally from me, because I'm sure you want to get yourself home and whatnot, but finally from me, we saw Matt Stenson, slight injury during the second half. He had to come off, and of course Charlie Dowd come out of the game on Saturday because of illness. How are those two doing now? I mean, of course Charlie come on tonight, but is he back 100% or?
Yeah, I think because of the tempo that we play at, or the philosophy that we have. Steno's come and just said he was a bit tight. That's what he said. He didn't pull anything. He was fine. And the thing is with Steno and the lads, I've told him to be honest and we manage him properly and correctly. And he was honest. And then we've got Rev come on with the legs, so he's fine. Daddy was a bit ill on Saturday, but today he came in and he said he was fine. Obviously we know, he's an important player for us. Players have ebbs and flows in the season, and Daddy's been tremendous for us last year, and he's got quality in his boots. And if we're bringing Charlie Dowd on, the club's moving in the right direction because he's a young, hungry player of an exceptional talent. So Daddy was fine tonight, and he come on and I could see he was hungry and he was moving it and he was energetic and he wanted to be involved. So it's good to have him back on the pitch because he's a good player and he's a tremendous lad as well, and his work ethic's good.
Well, Andy, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the result again, and we look ahead to the FA Cup game on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Cheers.